It's a trap! Quick disclaimer, this video is not going to be me bashing on investment banking. It's just a thought I had after 9 months being out from banking. Holy crap, time is flying fast. That banking is a trap in the sense that it's not like a negative, like, we're going to kill you trap. It's a trap in the sense that once you get in, it's weirdly hard to get out for these following reasons. I still strongly stand by the statement that banking is a great start to any career. You get a lot of great professionalism training when in a very expedited time. It's a lot of freaking money right out of undergrad, and a lot of successful people out there have got banking backgrounds, so they respect having banking. That's my little punchline for why I think banking is still a great career, but here's some reasons why I think banking is a trap. Starting off, banking gives you a lot of money. Gives you a lot of stable money with high base salaries, amazing bonuses, obviously the work-life balance stuff everyone knows about, but I'm just talking in general as an outcome. There's a lot of money involved. Yes, there's quicker, better, easier, smarter ways to make money. But if you have no tangible hardcore skills, no technical skills, you are not overly brilliant or overly good looking or good at acting or good at singing, banking right out of college I think is a very easy way to make money once you get and jump over the barrier to entry, or if you're at a target school. So once you get in, it's hard to get out because the money is addictive and you get a lot of money starting at age of 21, 22, and the human psychology, human psyche doesn't allow you to let that go once you have that stability. And there really aren't that many jobs that have clear visibility into upward mobility, rank after rank, knowing exactly how much you're going to make nationwide with guaranteed bases and bonuses until the partner level, at which you probably have enough repertoire to bring in deals and understand that that's something that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. Number one, money is definitely part of the trap. Number two, it's more niche than you think. I don't really think that's a bad thing. I think as you get older, unless you're going to start your own business, you're going to have to specialize and get really deep and dive into one thing. I think the trap of banking is a lot of times people are always saying that banking is a great start to a career because it allows you to have many open doors, which in some ways it does in the regular general business world. But if you're really digging deep into banking, you're in the finance sphere. And I think a lot of times, a lot of smart kids get trapped into banking thinking that once you do banking, you can get a lot of doors open to a wide variety of things. In reality, it's relatively limited to staying in banking or going to the buy side, corp dev, and maybe in the startup sphere if you're into that. But at that point, you're probably very financially niched in. The third point, I hope I'm not upsetting any people. I don't mean this in a very derogatory way. I'm talking about this in terms of being book smart and really brilliant. But I think there's a punchline of people saying you get to surround yourself with a lot of smart people in banking. I don't think banking is necessarily filled with smart people in the idea of what people typically consider smart. Bankers have a lot of grit, a lot of perseverance, a lot of hard work. Some of them have good memories, and a lot of them are smart, and they're good at modeling, and they're very savvy with their words. They're good at being salesmen, but I don't think they're brilliant in the sense of people thinking what smart/intellectual is. People who last in banking, I don't necessarily think are the smartest people. I think they're the people with the highest level of perseverance and in some ways low risk tolerance because it's such a stable job in comparison to other means of making that much money. Once again, I'm not saying bankers are dumb. I just think it's a trap to say you'll be surrounded by the smartest people. This is similar to the niche aspect, but as with many jobs, you don't get that many transferable skills the longer you stay, especially if you're at a industry specific or type of banking specific firm and you're doing M&A for 10-15 years and you're a director about to become an MD. It's going to be very hard to go to something else. Maybe you can jump as a CFO or join a different firm in a slightly different aspect, but like with many other jobs, the longer you stay, the more niched in you get, the less transferable skills that you're going to have, the more addicted to the money that you're getting and a stable level that you're going to get and the lifestyle, and that's just something that you're going to be used to. At this point, I think you could argue that any job is kind of a trap in that way as you spend more and more time on it and 40 plus hours a week. With banking, definitely more than 40 hours a week. You're going to get more niche into what you're doing and the transferable skills become less and less and less. The reason why I'm saying banking specifically is a trap for that is because I think we're taught in college that banking is going to open a lot of doors and is the gateway to all and every job. That's just simply not the case. This is definitely very banking specific in my opinion, but you don't feel very successful if you don't stay. There is definitely this culture of you need to continue to grind and beat this overwhelming sense of I need to work a lot. And once you get over that hump and continue to get over that hump, you are truly successful. If you give up on banking, if you quit after a couple of years, if you can't last more than 6 months, you're a failure. This is beyond a trap. This is definitely some kind of psychological mental degradation that should not be happening. I do think there's merit to beating something out and really staying and sticking through something. On the other end, a lot of college students, a lot of people in general end up doing things that they're just not meant to do / not very good at. You shouldn't keep trying to force a circle peg in a square hole. I don't know if that's the right analogy, but if that's not something you're good at, you shouldn't just keep doing it. There must be something else you're better at that you could spend better time at, have better work-life balance, and maybe even make more money since you're better at it. I think this idea, this toxic mentality of if you're not going to stay in banking or if you can't last in banking, you're a failure. This mentality, not that anyone openly says it, some people kind of say it, but overall, I think it's just this culture aspect of there's something in front of you that people that have grit and are powerful and strong and somehow conceived as smart get through, and if you can't do that, you're going to be a failure. If you don't do banking plus PE plus MBA, you're a failure. That mentality just keeps getting ingrained, and I think that's very sad to live by. And that trap is definitely real. The final aspect of this being a trap is I think this early getting jaded point, especially with this corona pandemic, people working from home, the camaraderie gone. A lot of people, I think, go into banking with this false mentality that they're going to be doing a lot of cool, sexy work with brilliant people talking with $100 million clients, which some people are, but I think this early jading phase really makes you feel like even more trapped and also genuinely feels like, damn, I was trapped into this. I was kind of lied and tricked into doing this very, very early on. I think if you realize the trap later on, at least you've had that honeymoon period of getting excited and making a lot of money and feeling like you're contributing to society. But I think this jaded period comes very early on, and it basically sets the tone for the rest of your career, at least in the 2-year analyst gig. So I think that trapping feeling starts very early on and just really lasts throughout. Today I discussed why I think investment banking is a trap. Once again, I don't mean that investment banking is a bad start to any career. I still very firmly stand by the fact that banking is a strong start to any career. People should be grateful for getting banking jobs. There's a lot of perks and benefits and goodness that comes with banking. Is banking for everyone? Definitely not. Are people getting tricked into banking? I think so, somewhat. Does that mean I regret doing banking? No. Have I felt trapped? Definitely. One sentence summary of the day is the Death Star was a brilliant invention, whether you like it or not. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Let's go.